Hello, it's Matt Thomas here from King Unique, back with Sonic Academy for Tech Tips 50? 50? That means there's 500 individual tech tips. Who on earth knows 500 things about music? I don't. But I do. I know everything with music. That's why you listen to me, because I'm so wise. But anyway, yes, I tell you what I do know about music. My favourite tech tip, and that is the Shimmer effect from the 1980s. We've got a pitch shifter and a delay and a reverb, and you did all kinds of fantastic things, and we're going to do that now. So here we are going to look at our favourite tech tips from over the years, and I'm going to look at one of my absolute favourite effects and how you can make it in your own DAW using built-in plugins without having to spend any money. You can spend money, of course. People like Sound Toys make Crystallizer, Valhalla make Shimmer, because that's what we're going to make, is the 80s Shimmer effect. How this came about was the introduction of the first digital pitch shifters and delays. If you set them up along with a reverb in a particular special sequence and then fed them back into themselves, you got this amazing effect called the Shimmer. And I'll show you how it's done. First of all, for a sound source, I'm using Arturia's Prophet, but I'm just using it really on a very, very simple sound. Okay, so that's just a triangle wave, a bit of decaying filter and amplitude. But I'm keeping it simple to kind of highlight the difference between a really simple sound source and a really amazing effect. So that's our sound source. What we want to do is work over here in the return section. In Ableton, I'm going to use grain delay to do this. Now I'm using grain delay because Ableton doesn't have a standalone pitch shifter, but there is one built into grain delay. If you're doing this in Logic or something else, you want to use a pitch shifter and then an echo. Okay, but they're both built into grain delay, so I'm just going to do that in a single plugin here. Frequency shift, I don't want to do. I bring that back down. Pitch shifting, I do want to do. So put that up an octave. Okay, so what I've got is a pitch shifter going up an octave, and I've got a delay sync to the beat. I'm going to make it a little longer, so 4 beats of the bar. And now I want to follow this up with a reverb. So let's put the reverb over here. So we've got pitch shift, echo, into reverb. I want the reverb to be 100% wet. You can see that the grain delay was already 100% wet when I dropped it on a return. The reverb is now the same. Now, that's the basic wiring. What I do now is increase the feedback to maybe say 10%. We get like just maybe 1, maybe 1.5 actual echoes of this delay. We just want to repeat the minimum amount to create an echo, but not like a long da 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 da. We just want da da, and that's it. Because what we're going to do is create a feedback loop inside Ableton. So rather than using feedback inside the echo, we're actually going to create feedback. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to send to return A, and then we're going to send from return A back into itself. So the signal goes round and round and round. Now, the minute you're talking about doing that, you're potentially going to blow your speakers. So over here is a limiter. Put this on your master, okay, and make sure it's turned on. So we've got a limiter just to make sure nothing happens to our speakers, but it's not really part of this effect setup. It's just a bit of safety for your ears and your gear. So how do we send a return back into itself? Well, on Ableton, we've got sends and returns, but here's the important thing. They don't work until I right-click and press Enable Send. And now you can see it's black instead of grayed out. So this will now send from return A back into return A. That's us basically set up. So that's how it sounds. Okay, so right now I'm not even sending. So here's the dry sound. Okay, and I'll send that to return A where we've got this setup of the grain delay and the reverb, and we'll see what's going on there. I'm going to send it about minus 3.5 dB, just not quite full, but just enough. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to put this channel so we can hear it. Okay. That's quite nice. You can hear that it's creating an octave above the sound I'm playing. It's creating a nice reverb wash. But that's not really the shimmer effect. The shimmer effect starts to work when you do this. If you start sending A back into itself, and again, I'll keep it about minus 3.5 dB, that sort of thing. What's going to happen is, of course, that the echo will then be sent back into the pitch shift, go up another octave, get reverbed again, go up another octave, get reverbed again. So we get this. Now that's working better, but the decay time on this reverb isn't really long enough. Let's make this the real effect people using the 80s tended to have, kind of 10 or 12 seconds of big, spacious, long delay. So let's try that. And there you go. That's a shimmer effect. We can make it a bit groovier, a bit more like the money you'd be spending if you were getting a fancy one, is maybe add a little bit of dynamic tube at the start. Just a little bit of overdrive, like a dB, bit of tone, just so we get, roll the tone down. I'm just going to model that slight dulling thing you used to get through early 80s digital stuff. It's going to make it almost no difference, this, but it just means that as it goes round and round and round, you know, from here back, here back, here back, here back, the higher delays are getting sent through this little tube stage 3 or 4 or 5 times. So that's nicer again. You can also, Eno and Lenoir, when they used to do this, used to EQ it to bring out either the top end or lower end. So it's quite nicer to put a filter, actually, if you stick a filter over here. Don't forget, this all goes round and round the sort of feedback loop, so the filter is applied progressively more to each echo. So let's put this down here and you'll hear what I mean. Another nice one is to use the notch to get a phasing effect on the sound. That's it. It's as simple as that. A bit of beautiful early 80s digital effects madness there, and one of my absolute favourite effects of all time. Enjoy.
Thanks everybody for watching, commenting and indeed liking. We really do appreciate all the support we get here on our Sonic Academy YouTube channel. So if you found this video super useful, please, we'd love you to hit the subscribe button. We update the YouTube channel every week with new content. And if you want to watch some more relevant content, just click on the videos beside me.